What's up? It's the J. Roos Theory. Y'all hear about this? Shout out to Kurt and Counterpunch Boxing News. But I hear the son of Tommy Morrison, Kenzie Morrison, is set to face, you ready for this? The president, and not who you think. The president, Ike Ibeabuchi. Y'all don't know Ike? Go type in David Tua versus Ike Ibeabuchi. By the way, David Tua is training all the time, so that might be a good fight for Ibeabuchi and Tua to run that back because they had the most punches thrown in a heavyweight fight in history. I think it might have been topped not too long ago, but for a while that record stood as the top punches thrown in a heavyweight fight. Anyway, we got son of Tommy Morrison, who was a great fighter, son of Tommy Morrison from Rocky V, and he's set to face Ike Ibeabuchi. Now, I don't know when it is. Kenzie Morrison is 34 years old. Ike Ibeabuchi, a year younger than me. He's 51, I'm 52. And Kenzie Morrison is listed as 6'4". I saw somewhere said 5'11". I'm like, wow, that's a big difference. Anyway, 6'4", about 222. He's had 22 fights, I think maybe one or two losses, around 19 knockouts. Ike Ibeabuchi, something like 20 wins, 15 knockouts, never lost. And this is a tough fight for a guy that's had such a long layoff. I mean, Ike hasn't fought since, the 90s or maybe early 2000s. But this will be a tough fight. Kenzie Morrison stopped Hasim Rahman Jr. in the 5th round, and he's got a left hook like his dad. So this is a tough fight, man. We saw the footage of Ike Ibeabuchi sparring, and he looked great sparring. Sparring is sparring, and it's not the same, but it is an indicator of what you can do. So I'm excited about it, man. It's hard to go against either guy right now because we've seen what Kenzie Morrison can do. Looks a lot like his dad in the face. And I saw a funny short he put out, I think it was a while back, where he said he found new ways to motivate himself training when he's by himself. Some people aren't motivated to train if they don't have any workout partners. So he said, I found a new way to motivate myself to train when I'm by myself. So he put Jake Paul's picture on 2 heavy bags. So I guess he wanted that smoke with Jake Paul because it probably was around the time that Hasim Rahman Jr. was going to fight Jake Paul, and then that fight didn't happen. And I always thought it was funny that Hasim Rahman Jr. said his favorite fighter was Lennox Lewis. Because we know what a rivalry that Hasim Rahman and Lennox Lewis had. They're friends now. In fact, Hasim Rahman was in Jamaica with trainer James Bashir and Lennox Lewis doing the camp in Jamaica for the children up there. So they're cool now. But anyway, back to the topic. Kenzie Morrison versus Ike Ibeabuchi. Should be great, man. Ike's a tough guy, man. He don't want no soft touches. He wants to fight the best of the best. He doesn't want to fight dudes that are considered past their prime and stuff like that. He's not trying to pull Larry Holmes out of retirement, nothing like that. I heard him say he wants to fight the best. So, and he's kept himself let's try it again. He's kept himself in shape all the years that he was incarcerated, and I can do it, man. And should he get past him, I'm sure the fight with David Tua might be in the future, since David Tua's constantly training. David Tua's posting his fights on Instagram and things like that. So I would watch it. So shout out again to Kurt from Counterpunch Boxing News, dropping that news around 2 or 3 days ago about Mr. Ike Ibeabuchi, the president, versus Kenzie Morrison, son of Tommy Morrison, Tommy the Duke Morrison. Yeah. And speaking of Tommy Morrison, I got a big interview coming probably tomorrow. Y'all don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. Anyway, it's the J. Roos Theory. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the J. Roos Theory over there. The Cash App is $J Roos 33. LSR forever. And be fearless. Yay.